Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee and Cards with Michelle. I think I've fixed the camera situation, so if I am no longer sideways, would you please give me a smiley face so that I know that, one, you're there, and two, that my camera is going the right way? It looks like it is. Oh, that's so frustrating. I'm so sorry if I caused any confusion this morning. I was having some issues with my phone and, technology. So, yes, it's correct now. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, I'm so glad. All right. Good morning, Janice. It's good to see you. And I saw that Janine was out there. So today's Thursday, May 21st. And yesterday we worked with Paper Pumpkin. And I told you I couldn't show you the box because it was full of my stuff. And now look at it. I mean, really, honestly, if that doesn't look like rainbow sherbet in like a cup, I don't know what is. So this is the May 2020 A Kitten color, and it is exploding all over the internet. If you haven't seen this kit, it's amazing. It's beautiful. We made the cards yesterday just as they came out of the kit because they're so stinking cute. And it did come with the Misty Moonlight Stampin' Spot. So we were happy to be stamping in some colored ink. And I'm thrilled with the way all the projects turned out. Now, I was going to make some alternate cards, and I am. But today's alternate cards are featuring one of the stamps from the kit, but the rest is going to be in color designer series paper. Now, you might have heard me talk this week about my new in color club. I've never done this before, and I'm really excited because the offerings that we have this year for the in colors are spectacular. So each month, it's going to be a 5-month club. You are going to get a full pack of in color cardstock. So if I'm doing Misty Moonlight that month, you're going to get a full pack of Misty Moonlight cardstock. If I'm doing just Jade, you're going to get a full month of just Jade. And I'm not going to duplicate it. It's only going to go 5 months, right? You're going to get a full bolt of the twill ribbon. You're going to get a full-size ink pad plus its refill. So like, this is Call Me Clover. This is one of the retiring ones. You will get a full ink pad and the refill, okay? Plus, you'll get a Stampin' Write marker. Plus, you're going to get, if I'm doing, for example, this is Magenta Madness, you'd get the 18 enamel dots from Magenta Madness that month. You're going to get the light and dark stamping blends, plus 2 of the Memories and More coordinating card bases that look like this in Bumblebee, if that were your month, and the coordinating envelopes. You're also going to get 8 of the 6x6 designer series paper, plus a hand-stamped card, plus a full-size embellishment of my choice. So it's really going to be cool. And that is over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. You can find out more about that. That club is going to run every month from June through October, and I highly recommend signing up. We're going to have a blast. All right, so today we're making some more cards. I made just Jade and Misty Moonlight this morning using the In Color Designer Series paper. And I featured the polka dots, and I showed you kind of that denim pattern earlier in the week. This is the new last year we had kind of a script. This is very typed, like old-fashioned typing. It's a very small font, and it actually has part of Stampin' Up's Statement of the Heart. It has to love what we do and share what we love. And that is what this is all about. I love what I do, and I love sharing it with you. So these are some cards I'm making for my Stampin' Bee team this month. Shh, don't tell them. It's going to be a surprise. All right? So let's get started. I have 3 more cards to make, and I'm going to use Bumblebee, cinnamon cider. Oops. I have my glasses on, so I'm really hoping that these are going in the right direction. I think I carried all my glasses all around the house yesterday. Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, and Magenta Madness. Part of the reason I'm doing this with you this week is so that I learn the names of these. All right? And then I'm making the labels out of the stitched rectangles so that your amazing fits right on this stitched rectangle. And then I'm making, why is that like that? Don't ask. I don't know what I did. And then that is the border. They don't usually like stick together like that. Anyway, so I've cut all those out for us. And yes, that's a magnetic strip that I love. I use those not for everything, but on the more generic, like the layering circles and my stitched rectangles, I use those. Okay, our card bases are Whisper White, 11 by 4 1/4. All measurements will be written on my blog later. This is a very sweet and simple card. And then I have these. Now, why are there holes in them? No, it's not scrap paper. Because I cut out our rectangles out of those pieces. Okay? Because here's the deal. If you are like me and you're trying to save paper, look at this. You're going to put your layer on here, and then once you get it on your paper, no one is going to know that you cut a big chunk out of it. Okay? I promise. So if we've used the polka dots and we used the kind of the fabric or denim look, well, that's going to be hard to see for me this morning. And we used this font piece. Guess what tomorrow's project is going to be, y'all? That's right. It's going to be this cool wood grain. All right? And tomorrow, we're making some 3D projects with this. And that's always fun. Okay? So I really like a sweet and simple sketch, especially when I'm mass producing. And like I said, I'm going to send out some cards to my stamping bees just to see how they're doing and check in with them. And, you know, we all could use a little happy mail. Okay. Before I put that on my card base, I'm going to take some of this ribbon and I have some glue dots. This is beautiful. When I found out we were going to have a brown, I wasn't sure that that was something I needed. After all, I love what we have in our neutral color families. But the more I look at that cinnamon cider, the more I realize I really needed that new color. It's really rich, and it has some, I don't know, I'm going to say it has red tones in it. I could be wrong, but it's really a bright brown. Can we say that? Can we say it's a bright brown? It is, though. Okay, so I'm just adding some ribbon. This is cotton twill, I believe. Well, it's twill. I don't know if it's cotton. It's very nice. And you can actually see a very pretty pattern in it. I don't know if you can see this morning. It's really dark in here. But this is a ribbon I'm going to use a lot. So that's why I thought you would like a whole bolt of it with that Color Club. It's one that you're really going to reach for over and over again. And you know, this year, this is really cool. We have a designer series paper that uses all of the in colors. So it's something that you can use not just with this paper. Okay, so I'm just going to add some snail. When I mass produce, I do an assembly line. So I do all of one thing. And then I, you know, kind of Henry Ford style. So I do all my layers and I do everything in replicated. Okay, it just seems to go so much faster. So that black layer is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and the designer series paper measures 3 3/4 by 5. Those are pretty much my standard measurements. I do vary at times. All right, so now let's stamp. And again, we are using a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm going to grab my stamp Pierce mat. And I told you yesterday, I believe that this is not retiring like we thought it was, because so many of us, I don't need that many, so many of us said how important this tool was. And so be on the lookout. It will still be available in the new catalog. Okay, you're amazing. I tell my son this all the time. And he is a pretty amazing young man. Did you hear? So, you know, you probably know he's a Mercedes mechanic, right? Well, he also likes to buy and fix up cars, right? Because that's pretty much what mechanics like to do. So he bought a Mustang this week. Don't ask me what year. I don't really remember. It's not a classic, but it's definitely getting up there. But it's a very pretty car, and I got to drive it yesterday. So much fun. For an older car, it really had a lot of get up and go. And it was raining. And it's a 5-speed, and it was so awesome to drive a manual transmission again. And I have to tell you, I was really proud of myself. I've been driving a stick shift since I was a little girl, right? 15, 14. Anyways, I was very, very happy that I didn't stall it in front of him. Because I would be really embarrassed. You don't want your kid to know that you can stall a car. All right, so just dimensionals on the back. We're just gonna pop this. Oh, and it's red too. Not candy apple red, not, you know, what I like to call ticket me red. It's more not really burgundy. My mother called it raspberry. I wouldn't call it raspberry. It was reddish. How's that? But it was a Mustang. And I don't care how old you are. It still feels pretty cool when you're out driving a Mustang or any type of muscle car. What was your first car? Leave me a comment and tell me what your first car was. Mine was a Dodge Challenger. It was the family car. So I didn't think it was cool because it was the family car and I had to share it with my dad. And then when Nathaniel was a teenager and he was asking what my first car was, and I told him it was a Dodge Challenger, oh, that raised me up in esteem with my kid, let me tell you. Okay, remember I don't know what was it, Tuesday? I was tying some faux bows. You guys liked that a lot. I'm going to do that again. And this time, if you want your bow to go sideways, I turn my card sideways. If you want your bow to go this way, I turn my card this way. And just a loop. How sweet and simple is that? Love it. That's a pretty color. Okay, Bumblebee. Look at that. Isn't that not the simplest bow you've ever tied? Just trim your ends a little bit. And then cinnamon cider. Okay, don't tie a knot, just tie your loops and pull it tight. Fantastic. All right, next I'm just going to add some of these enamel shapes, in color enamel shapes, and I'm going to highlight the corners. That's all. Oh, I did it again. So let's try something. So I picked up the adhesive. That'll work. Look at that. Just stick a glue dot on there. Put your adhesive or your enamel top over it, and it works just fine. It's not going to go anywhere, and you can't see a difference. There's always a solution. Don't think you've made a mistake. Right? Don't think. You might pick these up and pick them up from underneath. I think that's what I'm finding works the best. See, I did it again. So just glue dot. It's not a problem, okay? I always keep a thing of glue dots right on my craft table. Come on, you can do it. Sometimes you just have to coax it along. Put that right over the top. It really does work better if you pick these up with your fingers. I've been telling you that all week and I forget. Those enamel backings don't come off if you use your fingers. All right, and then here. Look at these. I've used like half a sheet of those already. I love them. We're done. Look at that. Okay. These are very pretty. These are very simple. You can make a whole bunch of these in no time flat. I absolutely adore these. And I hope my team does. So Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my color club, just drop me a line. You can IM me here or email me at michelle@makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. Registration is open, so I hope that you visit my blog today, www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. I'll be back tomorrow. We are making 3D objects using the new In Color Designer Series paper. If you are in North Carolina or anywhere where it's raining, stay inside. It's wet and miserable today. And besides, it's just one more excuse to have some crafting fun. I'll see you tomorrow at 8. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.